Hey everybody, Serenity Frost here, and I'm going to show you how to make a Dragon Age head morph preset for your character creation screen. You'll notice a couple of things. First, I have this set to a little thing called morphing time. That's actually my custom module. I make the custom module because while you can edit the single player, I prefer editing a custom one just in case, say, I accidentally mess up my game somehow and then can't play it, then I don't know how to fix it. It's just safer to use your own module. Name my morphing time, just new, and make another one. One of the downsides is you don't have your core files to choose from when you do your own little separate module, but that's okay because you can actually download the preset head morphs from the social network site, and I'll give a link to that so you can get to it. So we're going to go into my desktop, and you'll see that I have a lot of folders out already. We're going to go into the one called Character Creation. And you've got all these folders. These are all the presets. We're going to pick human female B01, which is going to be the one with no hair and it's going to be bald and stuff and have all the average proportions to it. Also, you can make this bigger. I've made it small mostly so you can see it better on the video. You'll see right here it says read only copy. That means you can't edit this one. That's easy to fix, though. You just save as, and it'll already have the name on there to save and replace. X out of this one, and open it up again. You'll also notice that it made a backup file of it. That's going to be the original file. You just delete the .bak, and you have your old file back. So we're going to load this up, and as you can see, there's the head, and it looks really nice. This tool set automatically puts everything in medium res. I can't run my game in medium res. I have to run it in low res. And it bothers me that no one has eyes in low res. So what I've done is I go through and I kind of give my presets eye colors. And you can actually download P-Angel's head morphs that have eye colors, but she only did, or he, I'm going to assume she though, P-Angel, she only did eye textures for certain headsets and not all of them, which is why I made the let him have eyes set. But this is for people who might want to have an eye color that wasn't, preset chosen. So you go in here and you notice that I've already clicked part selection because I was getting ahead of myself. And you'll see right here, eye textures. You're going to want to open that. And I have a large selection. I've downloaded Badel's eye textures and I think Chris's eye textures. I forget what he calls his, and also P-Angel's. And I actually prefer P-Angel's because they look more natural. So we're going to go with P-Angel, and we're going to pick, there's lots of different colors to pick from. Cool thing with this tragedy gem color is it's not only a really nice green, but in low res it kind of gives it a glowing property, which is pretty neat. I prefer blue, so I usually pick the blue eyes. We have the brights. Let's see, brights blue. They look like that. The only problem I have with the brights colors is that they're bright and very, they kind of stand out. They don't blend into the game very well unless you're going to use them for a lot of other stuff. So I tend to go with just the regular tragedy eyes. So you can see it's nice and they're blue. So now that we've got that set up, we're going to go into export settings and make sure that .mop file is set to true. Usually it's set to false. One of the things about the core headset that you download is it automatically puts it on true. The reason you put it on true is if you have awakening, it'll transfer the things over to awakening. I don't quite understand it. That's just how it was explained to me, and I just do it anyway. So now that we've got our eye color picked out, let's muck around with the head a little bit. It's a nice head. It's very even proportion, and she's rather pretty. I like to give them a little bit more definition. So we're going to go into unique shapes, and as you can see, they have NPCs in here. There's a problem with the Leliana one for me, and that the eyes disappear as you make it look more like her, and I don't understand why. So I don't usually mess with that one. I usually end up going with a little bit of Morgan to make the face a little bit longer, and then add some Anora to give it a more angular look. And so as you can see, that changed the face pretty drastically. Now we're going to put in the little details. Let's see the nose. You can do all of these really detailed, like nose, mouth, eyes. I don't usually go that in depth. We'll go into material real quick so you can pick your skin color. This is T1 is, the Caucasian skin color. You can see that the Bedell one has one that I like to use, which makes things a little bit more porcelain looking. And I just sort of like that on my female characters. That's just me, though. Well, maybe not just me. I mean, clearly Bedell made one, so we'll go into the base skin texture. The base skin texture is going to determine what the base looks like, and you'll understand that a little bit more when I go into the secondary one. I always forget which one of these is which. I like my base texture to be not have any color on it and just be the eyes. Yeah, like that, where she's wearing the eyeliner. And then we go into the skin texture, and we'll pick another one next. Let's go with 5. Okay, you'll notice that there's no difference. When you click the blend eye, it'll blend the color into it. So see, now it's got the color in it. I didn't actually want that one. There's a way you can kind of browse through to just blend one of the eyes and just sort of click through until you've got all of these memorized, which I don't. I've been doing this a while. Let's go with 3. 3 adds that eyeshadow. Let's see. 4 adds the red eyeshadow. I'm not a huge fan of red. If there was a blue eyeshadow, I'd be very happy, but there's not. 9 adds that kind of death texture, so you can see the difference already. Let's see. 10 adds that odd kind of crying look, which I don't like making my PCs look emo, or my NPCs for that matter. Let's see. Oh, 10 is nice. So let's go with 10. And you can sort of adjust the scale of how much it does. See? I'm going to go all the way with that one. And we're kind of going to go down with the cheek. Yeah, I'll go ahead and add it to the cheeks too. Forehead, no. We're not going to do that with the forehead. Middle of forehead, okay. Blend over nose, no. The blend all, since there's no lip option, blend all does the entire head. So this is what the head would look like if I didn't do the adjustments. Yeah. This next section is skin type. This doesn't change the color as it does the actual texture underneath. You can see there's no difference, but sometimes there is. So if you want to just add wrinkles but you want to add the colors, you would have picked the old one for the second one and then just use that down here to add wrinkles to it. We've got that going. If you look up here, you can actually do the natural makeup and stuff. See, we'll pick, let's go with pink. That's just the lip makeup color, and then we can change the opacity to make it darker or not. I don't add makeup to my PCs all that much. That color, by the way, will transfer over to the other colors unless you, well, no, I guess they're all default black. Never mind. Yeah, they're default black. So if you wanted to change them to, let's see, is there a tan for eyes? I think that's TE, maybe. No, that's teal. Okay. Well, if you want to make them look like a clown, but you can see what I'm getting at. Just in case you're wondering, I'm not necessarily making her attractive. This is actually going to be used for a well, not evil run, but I always sort of imagine that after you've taken it in the joining, the taint would get to you after a while. And since I want to use this head for my Ore Legion in Awakening, I decided to sort of just give her a little bit more of a tired look. So we'll go into the parts section. We can sort of look it over really quick. Hair color set to black. As we've seen from the Ore Legion so far, we've met a red-headed Ore Legion and we've met a black-haired Ore Legion. So I guess that their head color really doesn't matter. I've downloaded some extra hair texture tints for mine. I prefer using the BK8. That's black hair that has a blue look to it when light hits it. Like I said, I like blue. We'll go with the hair. All right, you'll notice I